minutes of your time. Are you recording? Oh snap, I'll just start then. Hello everybody, my name's Mariah and I'm here to talk with you about effective church communication. And there are 5 steps, so sorry, did not play correctly. I'll just pull up the slides. There are 5 steps to having an effective church communication strategy on social media. And so the first step is just getting on social media and kind of taking those steps forward to be effective there. And kind of what the first impression of your Facebook page is going to look like. Then we'll talk about content that you should be posting, and lastly, how to engage with followers. And so beginning on social media, it's fairly important. 79% of Americans are on Facebook, and they spend 1 out of every 7 or 8 minutes on Facebook. Imagine going to a mall where like 80% of Gainesville, our area, we're part of America, go every single day. 80% is a large part of our community, and the whole goal of the church is to reach the community. So it makes sense to be present there. And so that's a reason to get on Facebook. Alrighty. And then when choosing a social media platform, it's important to think about where the most people will be. And so depending on your church demographic, Facebook is most likely the correct platform or channel to use. Instagram and Twitter are rising, but they're still not at the same level Facebook's at. Alrighty. So then, once we've decided to create a Facebook page, we want to make sure what that page looks like is aesthetic and genuine. And so there's the banner, kind of the cover photo on your Facebook page. That should just kind of demonstrate the worship experience or life group that your church setting has. You want your profile icon to be clear and just representative of what you'd see at all of your church campuses. And you'd want to have a URL that's pretty clean, because some URLs will naturally be numbers and letters, a combination, kind of random, but you can make it your church's name at a certain location, and that helps with search engine optimization so that you can more easily be found on Google search or whatever, because most people would search churches in your area. All right. And now that our Facebook page is set up, we need to determine what type of content to post. The best things that I've found through research is that questions and stories go over well. Questions increase engagement, and engagement will naturally appear more in Facebook's algorithm. And the questions don't have to be super deep, like how can I pray for you? They can be like, what's your favorite music? Or like worship music or anything. And then the second part of that is stories. People connect with other people well. And so you want stories that document what God's doing at church. And that just tends to resonate with people well. So those are the 2 things we want to focus on. And also, speaking of content, we want to have photo and video, because Facebook is visual. A lot of social media actually is, probably excluding Twitter. And so those things are also ranked higher in Facebook algorithms compared to just word posts. Lastly, we want to be engaging with our people. If someone had a question or comment for you in real life, you wouldn't ignore them, but we can do that on Facebook, so at least a like or a response. It's the way you want to go. Do you guys have any questions for me about social media strategies for churches? Anything come to mind? Okay, pretty good. Have you guys thought about maybe Instagram stories, Facebook stories at all? Have you guys been on them? Have you seen, no? Have you seen churches post on Instagram or Facebook stories? Yes. Do you think it's how do you think the dynamic between a person posting on their story compared to a church, what do you think that should look like? Or do you think it's normal? Because a church is kind of an organization versus like a personal story.
I think people can relate to the stories better because it's like happening like at the same time that they're actually doing it. So
yeah. That's awesome. All right, thank you so much for being here today, guys.